Hello, welcome to today's video diary for Finding My Way with Pi, Purpose, Intention, and Emotion. I am Pi, and I have been thinking about my journey over the last just about 5 months, I guess about 4.5 months. And it's interesting that reaching a state of extreme burnout was almost like a spiritual awakening for me. It was like a rock bottom spiritual existence that I needed to do a lot of healing from. And what came out of that was a lot of deep self work, a lot of deep self reflection, and coming on the other side of that process, I'm realizing that it's almost like getting a prescription for glasses so that I can see clearly again. And that means knowing what's right for me. That means knowing how to choose my path. That means following my heart. That means understanding clearly dynamics and relationships and letting others have the space they need to be who they are without being entangled in this dynamic of wanting approval or trying to please or trying to be something that doesn't come naturally. And I process so much through poetry, and so a poem came to me, and here's another one. This may be my second one this week, but it's just flowing, and I'm realizing that poetry is going to be a big part of my next leg of my journey, let's call it. So I want to read this poem. The transformation piece of this process, it's still unfolding, and I think that is what happens through all of life. We go through multiple transformations, and the journey is just about the twists and the twists and turns along the way. And I think I'll speak just in generalities here, but we're sold this big lie that there's all these things in life that we should be focused on, but we don't really know what it means to truly know ourselves or to live a good life. Maybe if you're lucky, you do. I think this is something maybe we come into more around midlife, which is about where I am, because it's a necessity at that point. Something changes because it has to. So may we all be so blessed to make the changes when we need to, and to have the courage to do it. This poem is called Seeing Clearly. It's weird what happened when I faced all my demons, like getting contact lenses for my perspectives and feelings, bringing into sharp focus the decisions I've made, relationship dynamics, how far from myself I strayed, played into the dramatics. Clouds parted on a dreary day. The sunshine's rays came out to play, taking a deep breath of clean, fresh air. Here I am. I knew I was in there. I had to sift through the turmoil in my mind, seek to understand it, and to myself be kind. What was false that I assumed was me? I had to embrace the storms and the rain, because without them, life would cease to be. It was false to believe that I wasn't enough. That came from my alcoholic father, and I called his bluff. It was false to hide my traumas, to cover and pretend. The wounds are mine to own, to grow, to mend. It was false to think I needed others' approval. I must follow my own heart or face a life that is empty and dismal. It was false to see others as something more than they are. Now I see them clearly because I've embraced my own scars. This gift of life that we all awkwardly receive, we're stumbling around, fretting and worrying and deceived. It's both tragic and laughable how much we flail as we strive with all of our might not to fail. If we flip our perspective, we might just see this life isn't a race to get rich or succeed. This life is an opportunity, and we get to choose to understand it's not about win or lose. It's about discovering yourself and embracing your truths, following your heart, dreams soaring, your toes on the earth, loving deeply, being kind, taking care of your body, spirit, and mind, being your most authentic and radiant version of you, so you can fulfill your potential and all you're meant to do. Nobody wins by you playing small. Gather your courage and answer the call. It whispers to you in your heart. It only takes one small step to start. If you're dreading your day each time your alarm blares, that's an invitation to turn inward and see what's there. Understand what you need and who you are so that you can gather your courage and shoot for your own stars. Thanks for being with me on this journey. I'm so glad that you're here, and I hope it helps you too. I'll see you tomorrow.